G'day everyone, I'm here now with Rick Norton of LTH Engines. Rick's been around the game a little while, he's just getting back into it. Now he's got this really cool HT Kingswood, which he's running a 308 in, and it is 100% Holden's 308. Rick, can you just tell me a bit more of the story about behind your engine and what you do to your engines to make them go very well?
Yep. Well, it's as you said, standard stroke 308.
Yep.
Early heads, cast iron, and a dual plane performer, which I prefer the dual plane over the single plane.
Yep.
And probably more from dynoing, we can just see how down they are on torque, the single plane engines for this type of engine.
Yep.
You know, it peaked at 66 RPM, 6600. We're still there at $7,000, so it's enough for me. And the idea is that those revs will last on the street a while, but I'm revving it a bit higher, of course.
Yeah.
At this meeting, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Testing wise, now I am privy that you do a lot of testing.
Yep.
I would consider you probably the most tested person for 308 engines. Would I be right in saying similar?
Look, I don't know.
Well, you put a lot
Yeah.
of testing in where a lot of guys don't, and you seem to like the early heads, not the VN heads.
Yeah. Look, there's a lot of people doing VN stuff, and they're pretty good at it. And 600 plus horsepower. And I thought, well, I don't know if I can mix it with those guys.
Yep.
And not that it's a competition, but I make a living from this. So
Yep.
I thought I always liked the early stuff. And when I was 18, I had playing with these things, and
Yep.
the opportunity came to purchase a car again, like 25 years later, and I still had the block, original block, and Power Glide, and a lot of the stuff. So it
Made sense to
and
put
I
something
felt
together.
good doing it. I actually had a VN engine in it, and I pulled it out and went the early 308. Yeah.
But what you're doing is niche, right?
Yeah.
What I consider would be niche. These vehicles, like the KTG car,
Yep.
even into the Qs, they're getting a lot more expensive to buy. So people are wanting to restore them. So you can actually build an engine that's very potent for that style, but still be original.
Yeah. And
So you're keeping yourself into that niche area with those cars, I think.
Stick to one thing, and
Yep.
I consider myself not got a limited focus,
Yep.
and focus on one thing.
Yeah.
And, and I love these dual, and stick with the dual plane, and even the factory intake.
Yep.
This is a performer, but they've got a bit more meat you can play. And we hog them out a fair bit.
Yeah, I've had a conversation with you about that stuff, and you
it's
do
been
take
an
a lot out of
evolution.
them.
Yeah, an evolution. It's constant, and it's good. And I get to work with a lot of people like that.
That's all right.
I work closely maybe with about 5 workshops, and smart people. Got a good dyno guy, Mark JPC.
Yep.
And he's been instrumental in, we've learned a lot through him.
Yeah.
With valve springs and things like that.
So you're getting good dyno time to find all the information
Absolutely, I couldn't do it without him.
Yep.
Yeah, like this engine's got about 115 pulls.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you get to do a lot.
Yeah.
And it's more about seeing what doesn't work than what does work.
Yeah.
And it's great fun.
Yeah. So you've got I would say a fixation on the 308, and you're just trying to take it to the nth degree, but you're not tuning them to the nth degree, eh? You're tuning them to survive as well.
Yeah. And it's really surprising. This, I've had, we've belted this motor, and oil pressure has been quite low at times. And I've had it apart to check bearings, and it's been enlightening.
Yep.
Like, it gives you confidence. Like, okay, even at 10 pounds on idle, it's still okay. And I don't tell many people it's 12-to-1 compression, 98 octane. But it doesn't.
Yeah.
There's no problem.
Nice.
No.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Tight lobe separation on the camshaft. I like that idea. Lots of torque.
Yeah. I know that you do. You liaise through other people, which have got good information from people with good data.
Yep.
And I know John Marshall's a big confidant for you.
Absolutely, yeah. He's been like a mentor over the years.
Yep.
And, just you learn so much just in a conversation with people like that. I'm really lucky to have him as a friend.
Yep.
And as Mark as well, JPC. They're long 30-year relationships. And, without him, no way I'd be
where you are.
what I am.
And even if you were where you are would have cost you a lot more money to do, because those guys are giving you time, obviously, for their own research that you're giving them information for. So
Absolutely.
It works hand in hand.
Yeah, the feedback, they really like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's good.
So, okay, we'll just go a little bit more away from your work side of things.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me a rundown on the car? What's the combination?
Yep.
Best DT, just a general rundown.
Yeah, well, as everyone knows, 308 power glide. It's a 4.5 converter. It's a 30-year-old converter as well.
Yep.
Old Dominator. I've just changed to 4.5s this meeting, and from 4.3s, 11.49 with the 4.3s, and we went off the trailer 11.36.
6, that's right.
Yesterday morning.
Yeah.
So we've done a bit of tuning, jet change, so hopefully
Might even be a bit faster.
we'll try.
Yeah. And
118 mile an hour.
You've got no logger or anything on this, have you?
No.
So your data
but
is all
these
in your
things-
head.
Yeah. I probably should have something in there.
Yeah. So, but that's fantastic. I mean, that's old school.
Yeah.
If we call it old school, I'm old like you.
Yep.
So this is how we used to do it in the old days. You read plugs,
Yeah.
you change jets, you change timing. It's really not a lot of science involved.
No.
There's 3 things you can basically play with.
Yep.
And it all comes down to the air and the track at the
Yeah,
end.
the car's going to go faster or slower.
Yes.
You've got to, as long as you do something, it has to react.
Correct.
And yeah, if it goes slower, well, you go the other way.
Yeah, go back to where you were.
And that was taught by an old mate who's passed away, Jeff Walton. He taught me that, when I was like 19 years old.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm continuing on from those 24, 25 years ago. Yeah.
You're a lot like me. I was into it early
Yep.
when I was in my 18, 20, 22 sort of age group, and then now I've come back in my 50s or
Yeah.
late 40s, early 50s.
Exactly the same position.
And
yeah.
I think I'm loving it more now because probably a little bit of cashed up,
Yeah.
better knowledge,
Yep.
and I know how much a dollar can go,
Yeah.
and I try to work within that, and I guess you're in the same boat.
Same, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably pull the thing down more often than the average
You would have
person
done in the
would.
old days, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. But
Yep.
I like doing that too.
So, all right, so I'll go to the next question, which I've been asking.
Yep.
How did you get into drag racing?
Yep.
What was the first car that started it all off for you, or the first experience?
Yeah.
And then where we are today. Obviously, there's the gap of 25 years.
Well, funny enough, it was a HT Kingswood. Her first car was a 253, 3 on the tree, and it progressed to a 308,
Yep.
4 on the floor, which I destroyed, and back to a 3-speed manual.
Yep.
And I was running 14 O's with that. Couldn't run a 12, but yeah, it was a HT Kingswood 308. So it was nice to go back.
To where you started.
Yeah, purchased this off a mate who I hadn't had contact with for about 25 years. So it was good making.
That contact
Yeah,
again.
it was awesome. We're back sort of old mates again.
Yeah.
And,
Got a
yeah.
common interest in the car, so now
Absolutely.
I get that because I'm the same. I'm very acquainted with another mate of mine that we went to school with, and we're all back. We're doing drag challenge
Yeah.
together, and it's like an annual thing.
Takes
so.
you back to your youth. It's
I
a
think
nice
you
escape.
once we get to this age group in our 50s, I think you'd actually appreciate more, one, the knowledge that you learnt back in the old days that you didn't realise, and now what you've got and how much it means to you
Yeah.
of what you did in the earlier days.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it's quite clear those early days in my head as
Yeah.
well. Like it's really good. And
Yeah.
Same dashboard, same feeling.
It brings that, I'm going to say muscle memory, but it's those memories, the smell of the car as well when you get in
Yeah.
them. It's like, takes you back to when you were 18 or 20 or
and
whatever.
now, my family can enjoy it. They see the look on my face. That's probably
Yeah,
a big bonus. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, they'll all be here today, and
yeah.
try not to make an idiot of myself. And, it's all good fun.
Yeah. So you had the HT early.
Yep.
You did what everyone did. We've changed combos. We changed the gearboxes over to manual to autos or whatever. And in the meantime, we learned so much because we work out what combinations are good, all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. So you've taken a lot of that knowledge from back then to today, and now you're having to play again.
Yeah.
25 years later.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fantastic,
yeah,
mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good, and I enjoy that the combo is basically the same. Camshaft is a modern version of back then. We're a bit smaller than what we were. We're going to go bigger. John's just done another cam.
Yep.
But it's basically induction, cylinder head, and manifold, and
Yep.
that airflow, and it's great having that control over the whole what? It's
Yeah.
all mine, good or bad.
Yep.
You know, the buck stops here.
Yep.
And as I said, lots of people helping, and you know, ring them up, and they're as wrapped as I am.
Yeah,
You know,
good to hear the positive feedback, but also want to hear the negative feedback on
Well,
what you may have changed that's not working.
that is just as important.
Yeah.
And even the workshops that I do a bit of work for, you know, I value that. You know, oh, this thing didn't work. I do it myself for friends. you
Yep.
know. They come off the dyno and we're ripping heads off, and that didn't work.
Yep.
Let's make it better.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
Good to see you can put
Yeah.
the time in.
Yeah.
So there you go, folks. We've got a 308 genuine Holden engine, bar maybe the Performer manifold, but
Yeah.
still he could probably go similar. And he's running 1136
Yep.
and possibly going faster today.
Hope so.
So it's not all about the V-headed stuff out there. You can always play with the old stuff.
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks for your time, Rick. I really
worries,
appreciate having a chat and your information. You know, you're a great guy to actually talk to, and you're open to give any information
There's
you've
probably
got.
only about 1% I won't tell. You know.
Yeah.
Keep that to myself.
So if anyone's
Mostly.
out there and is into their 308s, and you see Rick walking around, grab him and just have a chat to him. He's more than happy to have a talk to you.
I won't lie too much.
All right, nice to talk to you, mate.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
So Ricky 36 again, well done Ricky.